How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Recently, I have been looking for NFTs. If you haven't noticed that on the channel, I did buy an NFT recently, and I'd like to pay attention to them because there's a high amount of alpha that you can get in NFTs, even if the crypto market is sideways. And one of the coolest things that's come up recently is this play and earn or play to earn movement. And the great thing about this is you can find good games that people would normally play for free or even pay to play. And instead, you can actually, if you're early enough on, you can actually get in on it and make a significant amount of money. I mean, I know back when I was younger, there were a lot of games that I played and I spent hours and hours and hours grinding. I could probably sold it for a significant amount of money. I'm talking thousands of dollars when I'm a kid, but there just wasn't any way of doing that back then. You couldn't sell in-game assets very easily, if at all. So that's why I'm really interested in the NFT ecosystem now. Now, I read my comments. Even if I don't respond to every comment, I still read through them. And recently, someone talked about this Shirio NFT trading game and how it's going to be huge. It's Pokemon meets Yu-Gi-Oh! On the blockchain. Now, I played both of these games as a kid. I was really into these trading card games, and I thought I had heard of Shirio before. I was pretty certain I had heard this from a friend that's in the crypto space as well. And they just reached out to me. So they reached out to see if we could partner on a video. So that's why I'm doing here today. I want to talk to you about it because they do some things I think much better than the other games in the space. And I've looked at a lot of different games in NFTs and play to earns, and a lot of them just do it wrong, and they're quite scammy. Shirio isn't, and that's why I wanted to bring it to you here today and talk to you about what they have going for them, a couple things that I want to see, and a couple things that you should pay attention to, because again, there is a high amount of a significant amount of money you can make from these if you're early enough on, but in the end, you're going to have to take a look at it yourself and determine if that's where you want to put your money. So let's get into it. First of all, the global collectible card game market was about $10 billion back in 2019. They're expecting it to grow pretty quickly to about 27 billion by the end of 2026. Pretty significant amount of growth there. And that's where I think Shirio is trying to come in. So Shirio is a play-to-earn GameFi project with an NFT trading card game in development. The game takes place in a world called Adria, where it's divided into 4 regions where each of these is a domain of one of the 4 elements: earth, fire, thunder, and water. The story starts after the continent was ravaged by a curse that made wolves violent and turned people into werewolves, fueled by the elemental powers of each region. The ecosystem of Shirioverse revolves around its token Shirio, which is used as currency for various actions, including staking, card sales, deck renting, game DAO, and wagering against other players. So let's take a look at the website here. First of all, you can see that it is really high quality. I mean, there's good artwork, there's animation. This is all important, and a lot of projects don't get that right. I also have been reading through the entire thing and haven't found any misspellings either, and I could always miss one, but typically, that's always a bad sign too if there are misspellings, because people just haven't looked over it very much, but I haven't seen any of those so far. So one thing that they're trying to do different, which I like as well, is that they're not necessarily play to earn. They say that here, but they make a point to say several times that it's play and earn. I think that's an important point because a lot of these projects are just trying to figure out how to make the most money and make people the most money to get more players. But the fact is, games that require you to actually pay are still really popular. So people don't really care too much right now about how much they earn, but playing and earning is great, but you want to make sure that the gameplay loop is actually fun and addicting. It doesn't matter if you can't make it fun. Not too many people will actually play this. And something that they're trying to do, first of all, they've already been at a crypto expo in Dubai, but they're also looking to spread this to more just card players and game players, and they're looking to sponsor Twitch streamers as well. So they're trying to attack that market as well, not just the crypto market, because that's where a lot of new users could come in. So they say it's easy to play, hard to master. The lands of Adria, they have some lore here, so if you want to dig into like the universe of Shirio, you can. So they have a lot on the game, how to play, some of the lore, play to earn, the roadmap. Let's take a look at the roadmap here. So this is one part that I would like to see moved up a little bit. So they talk about the NFT card reveal in Q1. They have a merch store drop, exchange listing expansion, alpha game release. They have some of the rebalancing of the game, and then they have beta testing for the game in Q4. Obviously, I'd like that to be moved up. Since they have done so much on this end, I would really like it if the game was faster, but I understand that that's the most important thing, and that is a difficult thing to move quickly on because it does take a good amount of time, usually years, to make a good game. So something that's cool is they were at the Crypto Expo in Dubai just about a month ago, and they actually got the Best Upcoming Game in Crypto award. So that's really cool. They have a full vlog here as well, where they show them going around the expo, showing off their game to different people. It's really cool, and they put a lot of time and effort into this. A lot of good graphics. They even made cards, like card packs as well. This is definitely something that I would have played as a kid too, which is cool. I mean, I haven't played as many of these games recently, but I know that there's still a huge market for it. So this is probably pretty obvious from that video. Their team is doxed, at least the two top people in the company, Jordan Fung and then Marcin Gorny. You can say that they do have their Indeed profiles. And that's another thing that they do right, is the fact that they actually are going to these expos. They're putting their name out there. They're not like a lot of the other companies that are just building something and trying to be as quiet and secretive as possible and just trying to get as many people in the ecosystem just to rug pull. I think that's something that is quite obvious, that they're actually putting in the effort and they're actually trying to grow this and become a real company. And you can see some of the different reasons to hold their token. So they have benefits down here: wager against other players, participate in in-game balanced DAOs, borrow decks from the game. They also have the ability to mint game avatar NFTs, stake tokens to receive card packs. You can mint cards with the tokens as well. Enter tournament mode, buy assets to build on land in our Shirio verse. You can see some of the tokenomics here. Now, I think that it's nice to see that just a small amount of the tokens were actually going to the dev and marketing wallets. So 95% is liquidity. They had a fair launch. Now, one thing that I don't love in tokens is a huge tax. I don't like that barrier. There's 11% for buys and sells, but that also means they didn't have to take as much for themselves at the beginning. Just something that I don't like when you're trying to invest in something and you know that automatically you're going to lose 11%, actually significantly more than that, because you have to buy and sell. So that's something that I really just don't like. But it's something that I understand that newer projects like to do that as a way of fundraising. And then they do have a new dApp. So this is their big news recently, and they do have a pretty big Twitter community and big social media presence too, if you want to follow those. I'll put links to all this stuff underneath the video, but you can see their new dashboard. So you can collect cards, you can play the game, or they actually have a gameplay loop here. Let me just turn off the music so we don't get demonetized or anything like that. But they have some of the gameplay here. And then they have the ability to mint NFTs here, and you can mint 1 pack, 5 packs. You get a discount if you mint more. You can also farm. So if you stake tokens, you actually get some benefits. So one, you get free card packs depending on how many you stake. You get 2 free card packs per week with liquidity pool staking as well. You can mint avatar NFTs on here as well. So they have a couple different NFTs, the playing cards, the avatars. And then they actually have a marketplace here on their website. They also have a marketplace over on OpenSea, so you can see some of the different cards being listed here. Some really for expensive prices like 40 ETH, 100 ETH, stuff like that. But they do have some that are actually at the actual selling price, and they are on the top list of NFTs for trading cards. You can see last 7 days trading cards, and down here on number 9 is Shirio. that is cool to see they're in the top 10. Now, this is a small amount of volume, but if you go take a look at the actual project, you can actually see that they are selling like a decent amount. They have a good amount of volume for how much they're selling for. You can see that they've gone up recently. The average price is about 0.16 ETH, but the floor is much lower, as you can see. So some people are paying for those premium cards. Now, they do have a token. Its market cap is around 16 million. And you can see here over the last 7 days, last 1 month, it hasn't done too much. As you probably can tell by the overall crypto market, it's been rough over the last couple months, especially for smaller cryptos. So this doesn't have a large market cap. So when people buy and sell, it does push up or push down the price pretty quickly, obviously. They are available on Uniswap, Mexi, Bitmart, and L-Bank. So you guys can check it out there in case you want to buy some. Those are where it's available. So there are a couple different ways to get in on this. Like I said, first of all, the token, if you're interested. Second of all, the NFTs. So they have 3 different lines of NFTs right now. They have the Shirio set, which is 150 different NFT cards. There's no cap on the quantity. There's the founder sets, which have 25 different NFTs, a fixed supply. Then also the Shirio NFT avatars. There's 10,000 unique wolf head avatars, and they have a variety of different rarities and different things that you can look for in those avatars. You can also just follow the project, follow along with what they're doing. Maybe when they release the game, maybe you want to get into it then, maybe just put it in the background and make sure that you pay attention to it. As time goes on, I think they will continue to grow. They'll continue to be able to show you what their product's going to be. And that's an approach that I've taken a lot recently, is if there's some game coming out and some NFT that I'm interested in, I kind of compile a list of these different NFT projects and just check in on them over time. If I want to start investing when I feel like the game's a little bit closer, then I'll do that. It's just hard to tell where the market is. So that's why I always want you to do your own research and make sure that you know what you're buying. So if you're interested in this, there are links to this underneath the video. Of course, you always have to do more research besides just the 5 or 10, 20 minutes that I talked to you on the subject. So check this out, do some research, and let me know what you think about this project in the comments section. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate Shirio for sponsoring this video and partnering with me on this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.